Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Sri Sadguru Paramatmane Namaha. Sarva Maharshibhyo Namaha. The Lord explains why some men do not worship him. 15th Shloka. Namam dushkrutino moodaha prapadyante naradamaha mayaya prahruta asuram bhavamashitaha. Substance. Evildoers, the deluded, the lowest of men, deprived of knowledge by Maya, having taken to demonical nature, do not take refuge in me. Commentary. It is declared in the previous verse that those who surrender to the Lord go beyond Maya. But do all people surrender? No. The Lord here describes those who do not come to Him. They are ignorant because their understanding is deluded by Maya. They are the lowest of men. They have taken to demonical nature and act like vile and wretched beings. Maya acts like a thief. If it is allowed to enter the heart, all that is precious, the discrimination, the superior intelligence, the virtue, the sadhana are stolen in the trice, and people are left helpless and wretched. Man is degraded into a demon. The wise man is transformed into a fool. What is Maya? The bad samskaras, lust and anger, greed, arrogance, pride, and egoism. All these taken together is Maya. Therefore, by discrimination, devotion, dispassion, and sacred thoughts and acts, one should guard his inner self from the powerful onslaughts of Maya. Question. Who are those who do not seek the Lord? Answer. Evildoers, deluded man, the lowest of human beings, whose discrimination is stolen by Maya, who have taken to demonical nature, and who do not take refuge in the Lord. Question. Who steals man's understanding? Answer. Maya. The Lord mentions four types of his devotees. 16th Shloka. Chaturvidha bhajante mam janaha sukritinarjuna arto jignasurartharthi nani cha bharatarshabha. Substance. O Arjuna, four kinds of virtuous men worship me: the distressed, the knowledge seeker, the wealth seeker, and the wise. Commentary. The devotees of the Lord are classified into four types. All of them worship the Lord, but their aim and purpose are different. They are all righteous people, Krutanaha, as distinguished from the opposite type of demonical natures described in the previous verse. First one, Artaha. Men in distress remember the Lord and pray to Him for the removal of their difficulties and sorrows. Men suffering from painful diseases cry for the mercy of the Lord to save them. So also when attacked by dacoits or wild animals, when harassed by the wicked people, men call on the Lord to protect them. Those from the largest majority of the devotees in the world, they seek refuge in various devas for help and protection. Whatever their nature may be, they remember the Lord sometimes or other and recognize Him as the higher power, and so they are all virtuous. Krutanaha. Gajendra cried for the protection of the Lord when he was caught by the sea monster. Draupadi did so when she was about to be stripped naked in the royal court of Dhritarashtra. The Lord did some come down to protect them. Secondly, Jignasuhu. These are people who are eager to know and understand the Lord. Great research is carried on into the objective world, and people are spending their higher intelligence and energy in these material pursuits only. Here and there we come across a research workers in the field of the divine. They study the Shastras, examine their own nature, seek the guidance of the Guru, and try to find out the ultimate cause of creation and the basic secret of their own personality. The Lord has already declared that the knowledge seeker, Jignashu, transcends Shastric knowledge and Vedic ritualism. Such intense yearning to know the truth is the effect of the good done in several births. Third, Artharthi. Men who seek for the prosperity are the third type of devotees. Their object is to enjoy worldly prosperity in various fields of human life. Naturally, they seek the benevolence of the Lord to confer prosperity on them. They are also the devotees of the Lord. It is to be noted that the infinite compassion of the Lord is also open for people who desire material comforts unopposed to the law of Dharma. Fourth, Gnani, the man of knowledge, knows the real nature of the Lord and is able to discriminate between the true and the illusory. He has attained to the self state and lives in the constant absorption in Atma. Unlike the Artha and Artharthi, yeah, he has no fears and no desires. He loves the Lord because he knows that he is the only reality in the universe and that he is the repository of all wisdom and bliss. He has nothing to gain for himself, and so his devotion to the Lord is a spontaneous act of oneness with him. Thus, the four classes of men are included among the Lord's devotees. They are all righteous men. Among Artha Bhaktas who have the example of Gajendra and Draupadi, among the Jignasu Bhaktas, Parikshit, Uddhava and others, among the Artharthis Bhaktas, Sugriva, Dhruva and others, and among the Gnani Bhaktas, Sukha, Narada, Bhishma, Prahlada and others. The Lord says among these Gnani is the best. 17th Shloka. Tesham Gnani Nityukta Eka Bhaktir Visishyate. Priyo hi gnanino abhyartham aham sachamama priyaha. Substance. Of these, the wise, constantly harmonized, devoted to the one is the best. I am exceedingly dear to him and he is dear to me. The commentary. The Gnani is declared to be the highest of Lord's devotees because he possesses two qualities not found in the other types. Firstly, he is constantly absorbed in the self, and secondly, he is devoted to the Lord only and nothing else in the world. First, Nityayuktaha. The Gnani who has realized the self is always in contact with the Lord. The others think of the Lord now and then. They are part-time devotees. They think of the Lord for some time and then go back to their daily activities of life. But the Gnani has no worldly activities to divert his mind from the self. So he is ever united with the Lord, Nityayuktaha. Though in the early stages the devotee's mind vacillates between the Lord and the worldly life, yet it is quite possible gradually to develop constant devotion, and since the Gnani has achieved this, he is declared to be the best of the devotees. Second, Eka Bhaktihi. The Gnani is devoted only to the Lord. He has no attachment for anything else in the world. The others have desires and fears because they are attached to the world and think of the Lord for help and protection. The Gnani, on the other hand, has already found out the illusory nature of the world, and so he has no attraction for anything like wealth or family, name or glory, which usually tempt the ignorant. He knows the one supreme reality, and his mind is absorbed in it. The Lord is dear to him, and he is dear to the Lord. The closeness of the relationship between the Lord and the devotee is indicated here. Nothing can stand in between the two. In fact, the world stands between the man and the God. The Gnani has removed this mighty obstacle from his way and has come so close to the Lord that he and his master become one. When the Lord is pleased with his devotee, what more does he want? The reward of God's love is moksha. In the ultimate analysis, there can be no difference between gnana and bhakti. That is what is implied in the single-minded devotion of the gnani. It is only in the early stages of sadhana that gnana and devotion appear to be different. But as man rises to higher and higher spiritual planes, he discovers the truth that the Supreme Lord of the devotee and the Brahman of the Gnani are only two different names for the same one. Question. Who is the best of the devotees? Answer. Gnani. Question. Why? Answer. He is always absorbed in the Lord and loves only the Lord and nothing else. Question. Whom does the Gnani love most? Answer. The Lord. Question. What is the duty of man? Answer. He should try to acquire God's love by his single-minded devotion.